Fish Shack.
Hold the Mayo. It's time for Mike Mayo's Lunchbox. Find out what's being served with Mike, Defo and Lubie, the only show that covers food, sports, and the proper maintenance of your car. And now, a man who had the distinction of having an entire health clinic named in his honor, Mike Mayo.
I want the frim fram sauce with the awesome bay, with shafafa on the side.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to a little bit of a late starting edition of Mike Mayo's Lunchbox. But today's show is definitely going to be worth the wait. Jeff Defo DeForest, we are here on the road again for another sneak peek preview. We seem to be doing a bunch of those lately, but with some old friends who are going to be doing some new tricks. Even Keel, Las Olas.
Wow.
What do you think of what you've seen so far?
Well, I mean, it's a very impressive location. You might say a little hard to find. I had no difficulty.
Actually, he didn't. I'm the idiot that
it's a perfect.
made it hard for me.
You know
to
what?
find.
Looking at this, I mean, you're going to have to establish something unique on Las Olas. There are a lot of great restaurants here. It's been a great destination for people over the years. But what a perfect spot for the Even Keel Fish Shack, right here on a little canal. Big breeze coming. We're in a nice tunnel, so even in the
just
summertime,
when we
it'll
start,
be nice.
the breeze kicks up and it's wobbling the computer around. If you got vertigo at home, just wait a minute. The wind will settle down in a minute. And here we go. We got the
ultimate duet.
We've
Brad
got
and Dave,
the
man.
gentlemen of honor are going to be joining us, and we've got Brad
we
and
have to
Dave
take
here.
a
We're going
toast here.
Right
we're
here
gonna
for you
get
guys. Let's go.
Lubie out of the
exotic
margarita.
margarita.
We're gonna be introducing a special mystery guest a little bit later in the broadcast. But first, we're going to welcome in our friends Brad and Dave.
Yeah, nice job,
You
guys.
know
Way to go,
them.
man.
You know them as the chef owners of Even Keel Fish Shack on Lauderdale by the Sea, on A1A and Commercial Boulevard. Talk about these guys they're like real estate kingpins. How did they score all these prime properties? They are now going to open a second location. The first one ain't going anywhere. And the second one is set to open in the next couple of weeks, I guess.
We're
but
close.
1111 East Las Olas Boulevard. It's very easy to remember. It's not 1313 Mockingbird Lane. It's 1111 East Las Olas.
Yep.
Right there, you got to kind of maybe take a couple of steps down because you're going to be transported to a whole new world, right, gentlemen? How are you?
We're good. We're really excited.
Who wants to do the honors of explaining, I guess, the concept here and what people are going to find?
Dave's been doing a lot of the background work here, getting this place set up with as well as Chris and Mario, our new partners. So
that was our surprise guest. He blew it for us already.
I didn't tell him that's who was coming on.
Well, they don't know which Chris and which Mario, but longtime Fort Lauderdale diners will be really excited by the news that we're going to be sharing in a little bit. But or if you want to just get the cat out of the bag now, So he's waiting in the wings, but we're gonna get him on a little bit later. But go ahead.
So we partnered with Mario and Chris from Canyon.
Chris Wilbur.
Wilbur,
the man, the myth, and the legend. He's back. It seems like everybody's coming back. My friend Giovanni is going to be opening up Val plus Tino. The old used to have Valentino across the way. And Chris Wilbur, everybody knows him for Canyon, the original Canyon, which was at the Big Ben, Sunrise, and Gateway Cinema.
It might explain the exquisite nature of this particular margarita. Also,
we're gonna
that we have.
We're gonna let Chris
he might have had
walk
some
you through
influence
that
on
one a
that.
little bit. So that's his. We're kind of doing our like an even keel version of that, but I'll let Chris. That one up.
It's the drink that I guess launched 1,000. Well, I don't even know what you want to
prickly pear margarita. Was it invented by Mario? I mean, was that the
Mario,
first adaptation of it?
Chris and Mario, they sold a lot of them there, and now, of course, Canyon.
I think it created
sold.
a lot of weddings, a lot of a lot of
births, a lot of
births,
baptisms, and
we used to get that
brisses.
stuff at Canyon back in
I
the
think
day.
my daughter might have been conceived after a
First
round
dates.
of those.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh man,
is that why all the condos are up? Is from these?
No, I'm nervous that we're all four drinking this.
Well, I'm going to raise a
between
toast
the
before
oysters
we
and this
actually.
stuff,
before
we're
we
going to
get-
be in good shape.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Chef
Cheers.
Chris Wilbur was
To the
going to be
best of
joining
luck,
us,
yeah.
but this is I don't know if we're going to be calling it something different in difference to Canyon still exists. They move. We like Mike Linder, but again, it's the reimagined
Prickly even keel
pear
version.
margarita.
Well, it's a pretty heavy-duty partnership.
It is. I mean, it's kind of a dream come true for us. I mean, that's kind of the biggest thing about doing the second restaurant, right, is how do you split your time and operate both? So, I mean, for us to have these two guys over here, it's really eliminates that worry a ton, so, and they're vested in it too. So it's,
these restaurants are they're driven by, I mean, Even Keel was driven by Dave and I. Let's just, just to be totally honest, and the way we change our menu daily and the way we treat our staff, and we have that relationship with our guests. Now we're able to split our time between having these two spots because we have two new partners that is more than capable of handling the business themselves too. So it's a great combination.
Yeah, worked out
Veteran
really well.
hospitality veterans are always key when you're launching a new venture because obviously it's going to be peak season along the beach. So the original Even Keel there, and again, good news on that front. The construction
tables are open.
You've been walking past it every day in your walk of life, and they had all the construction and the orange cones and the barricades, but that's all gone now.
I felt their pain.
Yeah.
Brad and Dave, I really did. It could not have been easy because
I don't think you did.
Largely, your whole your whole base is right there with those tables that are on the outside.
Yeah.
I mean, you do have the bar and a couple of tables inside, but that's where the
we're
majority
5
of people are
tables
going to be
inside,
seating.
so
Yeah.
But they're back in business on the sidewalks, and again, a beautiful spot close to the beach there at Lauderdale by the Sea, A1A and commercial. Again, the concept though here, the menu is going to be the same or
very
similar.
Yeah, so I mean, all the the staples that. Even the staples that we traveled with from Federal Highway to the beach, are going to still be here. And then, obviously, for those fans of Canyon and Chris in the past, are going to have his flair to things as well too. And I'm sure there'll be some specials that he's done in the past, and it's his, be able to put his style on things too with us, and kind of.
This is exciting news. Yeah. I mean, it's great. And you two are going to be bouncing back and forth, I guess, and overseeing both kitchens.
How did this partnership come about? I know Mayo and I got together by total accident.
Yes.
An idea that Louie was, completely opposed to, and he said, okay, finally relented. And then, and Lubie and I came about in a kind of a haphazardly way where the guy made a face as soon as he said, you're going to like your new partner. So how was this partnership forged? Did, these guys come over to Even Keel and, have the grilled oysters or something? How did that happen?
Brad and I worked at 3030 in Harbor Beach when we were line cooks way back in the day.
Yeah.
So
Mario's Harbor
wife,
Beach, yes.
Yeah, Mario's wife was the kitchen admin there for the exec chef.
Stephanie is her name?
Stephanie,
yeah. That's what I heard. So it's a small world.
So we've known her for we were 20 at the time, so 3 years. No.
Yep.
So about 20 years now. Mario and Chris sold Canyon last year to
Mike Linder, and they moved it, and they're being
we've just kind of been chatting, and I was like, we could use a little bit of help in Lauderdale by the Sea right now, and so he came down, helped us out there over the summer for a bit, and we're like, hey, why don't we try and find another location?
Yeah, it was probably about 3 weeks in, and Mario was like, we got to do something.
What is it about you crazy hospitality people? You get the itch where you go, you leave, you think you're gonna maybe start taking it easy for a little while.
Insurance.
Yeah.
I don't know what that feels like yet, Mike. So I can't tell you. I'm hoping that happens next year, where I'm like, I'm bored.
Yeah.
I'm bored.
I guess once you're used to the action,
4 days off a week is just torture for me. I don't know what to do with myself.
So, we'll talk to Chef Chris about his comeback also, but it's going to be great. It's exciting, but
it's all we know. I mean, that's really what it comes down to.
Now, people now are looking at us this is the view from the outdoor deck here. There's a canal. I see a little boat. I see some palm trees. I see some houses. This is a canal along Los Olas. Got Los Olas behind us, the traffic, and inside it looks like a nice cozy little interior, but a really kind of the star of the show out here looks to be this outdoor seating, the deck.
And that's kind of where the two locations kind of pair up that way too. I mean, we're on the beach, we're downtown here, but we got a lot of outside seating to pay homage to the beautiful weather we have in South Florida. And but our inside it's very similar in size and proportions to what our other location is.
It'd be important to note right now too, the difference here is that we're in the shade pretty much all day.
That'd be beautiful.
So made in the shade, and that'll be especially helpful in the summer.
1 o'clock and you have no sun on that.
How different is the dining landscape? I mean, Los Olas has been a favored and fabled destination for dining here forever, and there's been expansion out of other areas that are sort of similar, but and maybe even that's true about Lauderdale by the Sea. But how different is the dynamic having a restaurant on Las Olas versus, say, the Lauderdale by the Sea area, which is thriving?
To me, I think that was kind of part of us like wanting to do it here too. Is just it fits the mold right of that heavy foot traffic. So for us to have our 2 restaurants to be on the Lauderdale by the Sea and on Las Olas, those are the 2 like busiest streets.
I guess Atlantic Avenue and Delray is next.
Exactly.
If these
right
guys
across from that other clam shack or whatever.
If these guys are playing Monopoly, they've got Park Place and the other prime boardwalk all locked up. They're not
we picked expensive
Mervyn Gardens
sites, right?
or anything like that. No, but congratulations. I mean, it's taking shape, and you guys are hopeful to actually be open next week for a soft opening?
It's the goal, yeah. We're going to shoot for hopefully next weekend.
Mayo's going to show up for that.
Yeah.
He's the king of soft openings, this guy.
I know.
It's Thursday.
Yeah, exactly. I'm here.
And again, so hopefully it will be. And I was talking to Chris. You got all your permits. It's not like you're waiting on any COs. It's
We're
just
getting
getting
the space ready.
Yeah,
we got to tighten up some stuff inside and get our furniture. It's all the tying up all the loose ends.
Okay, so you're ready to go, and I can't wait to see it in action, and especially during the holiday season, some people come in here for some holiday festivities, and will you be running the same specials as the one on the beach? Muscle Monday.
Yeah, we're gonna have a lot of crossover there as far as that goes. So Muscle Monday, the $2 Tuesdays.
Oh, the $2 oysters for the East Coast
bottomless stuff for brunch.
Yep. Wow.
And then, like I said, our signature staple stuff is going to stick with us, and then we're going to give Christy up. I mean, you can't let a good chef laid out. So he's going to let him run his specials. We're going to have our local fishermen dropping off the same local swordfish, mahi, tuna, everything we get over on the beach is going to be coming here, and let Chris do what he does.
Nice. So it's going to be a lot of fun. And
watching Lubie, though, he's like the cameraman of Mahoning Downs Valley. where the things are shaking in the tower there, and you're hoping nobody falls out.
It was so calm when we were setting up in the 12 to 1 hour, and all of a sudden the wind kicks up. But it's very pleasant.
It
feels good.
It feels good. I don't know if people are hearing the wind blowing in the mics and wobbling, but that's okay. I want to describe, I guess, again, the inside. There are a bunch of tables inside. You're going to have a bar area with your frozen cocktail concoctions that they
similar drink program. We'll be doing happy hour as well too, especially down here, and kind of mirroring a lot of the same stuff that we do in Lauderdale by the Sea. Yeah, I think a lot of people there's some very expensive places on Las Olas. Obviously, we want to be able to do some value driven stuff too. There's a few that do a great job.
Let me ask you this, because it was a big hot topic on the Let's Eat group earlier this week. And hello, everybody out there. 130,000 maniacs. Happy hour at the other location is like all over the restaurant, because it's high tops or what you have inside and the bar.
Yeah, we do.
Some places along Las Olas, and this upset one of the people, was only at the bar and high tops. Will you be doing it throughout the restaurant?
We are going to do it everywhere. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. You got that? Let's Eat people. If you want a happy hour where you get discounts and great deals all over the place, even Keel Las Olas is
doesn't matter where you're sitting. You could be floating in a canal.
He just perked up. Huh?
Now, can you keep similar pricing as you have in the other location?
Yeah, we're gonna do our best, obviously, to make sure we do it, because we have a lot of same products and stuff like that. So it's, our goal is to drive volume. We want locals. We love people that come visit here and come stay for 3 months, but locals are what keep us going, especially during times of construction when we have 5 tables for an entire summer. So,
Now, this will be done by mid-July. Don't worry about a thing, boys.
Yes, necessity is the mother of invention sometimes. And but boy, how did the opportunity come here? This has been several different places. I guess for a while it was one place, Asia Bay, for like 16 years. It had a good run.
Yeah, they did a great job there.
And then it became a place called Evie's or Evie's or something like
Eve
that.
on the Water.
Eve on the Water.
So the gentleman that had bought Asia Bay, they ended up changing the concept to Eve on the Water. I think he kind of took over shortly before COVID and bought Asia Bay and wanted to run Asia Bay, and then that was just a weird.
I thought I saw his body floating in a canal as I was pulling up here today, face down.
Yeah, exactly.
Bad timing.
But it's terrible timing. So then when they came back, Asia Bay had there was sushi and Thai.
Right.
he was having a really hard time getting the sushi aspect nailed down with a chef, and especially in that time period. So they kind of had to pull that concept, out of Asia Bay, and then you're still Asia Bay, and people are coming in. They're like, well, "Where's the sushi?" So
Right.
that's where the evolution ended up being Eve on the Water, and as everyone knows, it was a rough couple of years for the restaurant business. So
and again, that
starting
means
and stopping is not the way to keep restaurants flowing.
but opportunity knocked for you guys.
And it's becoming a pattern with Dave and I. We find places that are been struggling for years that are in an amazing spot. It just takes a good operator.
Yeah,
I mean,
timing,
and obviously Dave and I are really passionate about what we do.
Well, I think what's really going to help them here, Defo, is the fact that they've already established a brand name that is associated with quality, but like casual, not stuffy, and this is like perfect. This is going to be great.
You know what? I'm blown away by the setting here. You couldn't have a more ideal setting. Being on the beach was great.
It's only going to improve here too.
This is for Las Olas fantastic. I mean, a lot of people come to Las Olas. This was a stronghold of mine for many years, coming down here. A variety of restaurants. O'Hara's, as I was talking about, was great. And then you had Mario's was there. Now it's Rocco's Tacos. Mango's now owned by Frank Tellerico.
Piazza Italia,
Italian.
But that's going to be.
These were all staples, but I mean, you couldn't find an environment that was as perfectly unique as this one is for the kind of food and fare that you have on the menus. Yeah.
There's no.
And it's different than the rest of the
side.
places. It's absolutely a perfect setting for you guys.
Your oysters, your seafood towers, your great fish, the locally caught fish that you like to spotlight. That maybe some big chain restaurants down the block that call themselves Prime Seafood but don't have any seafood from local waters. I don't want to say any names,
but it's totally different vibe too. I mean,
yeah.
Did you have to stay open later because you're here?
We're gonna let it kind of evolve organically. So we have the ability to, obviously. So
okay,
it's kind of driven on what the volume is. So.
All right, he's fighting unattached. He goes to one of the clubs down here. He meets a beautiful woman. He takes her, shows her taste, impeccable taste in food by coming to the Even Keel Las Olas.
Yeah.
And what I like, I have not been up and down Las Olas much lately because you know me. I'm one of those.
Because you're an old fart.
No, because I'm one of those. What do you call me?
Too much poker.
No, insufferable elitists, and I don't like these chains.
Too, yeah.
What I love is like locally owned, locally grown concepts, and for a long time, Las Olas had some of those, and then it became more of purview of the big chains. And but it's great to see a couple of guys like you who were able to strike out on your own, launch a great concept, have success there, and now branch out to the main drag, the where all the tourists can be, but also locals can.
It's going to be a go-to spot, Mayo. Why don't you just come out and say
I'm going to be going to it a lot. I'm sad because I'm not going to go up to Lauderdale by the Sea as much, but it's much more convenient for where I'm located in South, and again, seeing a new. My girlfriend is right across the river.
It's different. I think the way the menus are going to line up, you're going to be able to if you want to go to a show and you're going to be on Las Olas, you come down here, or you're going to be on the beach maybe with your family and stuff like that. You can stop by Lauderdale by the Sea.
All these attorneys that are hammering out personal injury cases and going through all kinds of mashugana things in their offices, they come here and relax. This is an escape. From the business environment that is around on one end of Las Olas by the downtown area.
And there's
perfect spot.
Not much on the water on Las Olas.
No. This is actually, you call it waterfront, and it's accurate because the little canal, you can have little boats and gondolas. I know another place has some gondolas, but it's very pleasant out here, and I cannot wait to come for my all-you-can-drink Sunday brunch and just Uber back to my safe home, which is located nearby. So all good. Before we have our first break and bring Chef Chris Wilbur on, want to ask a little bit about the Visit Lauderdale Food and Wine Festival, which I know you guys have been involved in the past. You're defending champions and the People's Choice and the Grand Tasting competition.
That's right.
What do you got brewing for this year? Are you going to be involved
we are
again?
Yeah, of course. we're excited to do that again too. I think it's actually my birthday this year too.
Is it?
so-
Is it really?
The 13th is the
13th,
grand
yeah.
tasting.
Yeah,
Well,
that's-
happy birthday to
yeah.
you.
So
Um,
I better get a vote for that, right?
Are you the big kahuna in terms of the judging on that thing, Michael
It's
Mayo?
probably
I
not
don't
allowed.
want to reveal any kind of things, but well, no, there's two components. There's a like judges award,
The
and then
People's
there's
Choice.
the People's Choice. Last
So
year,
we'll
these
play
guys.
up the birthday thing for the People's Choice.
Yes.
And then, we'll let them-
And do you know what you're going to be presenting yet, or you got?
We don't know what we're going to make for these events till like 3 days ahead of
Yeah.
time.
and
And that's what helped us so much last year, to be honest. Like we waited all the way until
the
what
soup.
are we going to do? And then the temperature dipped, and we had just started making that which we're running again, by the way. If anybody's interested in that soup, the roasted pumpkin coconut curry soup
With the spiny lobster.
And the temperature dripped last year, and it was like I think we're going to make this
Smash
10
hit.
gallons
Yeah.
of soup.
no ceviche.
That-
Yeah, do soup.
And that morning it was like 42 degrees, I think.
It was
And we were-
stroke of brilliance.
We were serving piping hot soup.
So that's it. Wait for the last minute. Look at the weather report, and
That's
then
it.
act appropriately.
It's honestly, Mike, it's between that and whatever our fishermen bring us.
Yeah.
That's how we determine what we're going to do.
It's going to be a fun time. That's going to be on the 13th. Oh, and speaking of that soup, the award-winning pumpkin soup with the spiny lobster,
Spiny
which
lobster.
you like to disparage, but I say when
I don't
Well-
disparage you. You like to ascribe that to me. I just it's different than a Maine lobster.
the Florida
the
lobster
main is
in the
better.
Nothing wrong
hands
with it.
of Brad and
Used
Dave.
correctly,
Yeah,
it's always
exactly.
good. Hey, look, Brad made something out of a Florida avocado.
Exactly. The man.
I mean, he's at war with the Mexican people as we speak because they feel like he's diminishing the value of
Yeah,
what they have
that's
been,
right.
putting together in spite of the environmental impact. That
the
this has.
culinary chops on these two, yes, they could make any ingredient taste great.
Well-
And that soup, I understand you served the other night. You were here taking part in the Christmas
Yeah.
on Las
Yeah.
Olas, right?
We
Yeah,
gave
we've
them a
got
huge
some
batch
samples
of
away.
it, and they were pouring it over
And it
here.
happened.
too.
You guys luck out with weather though. There's
Yeah,
one chilly
I know,
night,
right.
and
That's
you're
what I
always
said.
serving soup on that.
Yeah, nailed it again.
Everybody else has got like ice cream and different stuff, and you guys are killing it. Man.
We
That's
did
great.
some cocktails.
Timing
too.
is everything. Man.
Are you going to be involved in any of the other events, like the dinners, or
I don't think we have anything planned at the moment.
You got enough on
Yeah,
your plates
yeah.
with with
I
a
know,
new
it's-
restaurant and
yeah.
an old restaurant.
It's like-
That's all good, but
Exactly.
I know that you are always eager to take part. And again, it's time. Visit Lauderdale Food and Wine Festival, taking place right after the holidays, January 8th through the 14th, all over Fort Lauderdale, starting off with those great intimate dinners. Your friend Chef Paula Da Silva is going to be hosting another one
Yep.
of her great events at Burlock Coast at the Ritz-Carlton on Fort Lauderdale Beach. Our friend Reno Serbone at Heritage, they're hosting the kickoff event on that Monday, January 8th.
Yeah.
And then you've got the big four events. Go to vlfoodwine.com. VLfoodwine.com is the website where you could find the whole list of the events and get your tickets. And for the big four, put in the promo code Lunchbox and you'll get an extra 15% off the already low price. The big four, of course, Wednesday night is the bar fight. Thursday night, the new Asian-themed walk and roll event, which we're going to be broadcasting live from. We're going to be
Nice.
doing a first lunchbox at night with the walk and
Lunchbox
roll.
after
Dinner
dark.
box.
Wow.
Dinner
Dinner-
box.
dinner
There you
box.
go.
Yeah, that's always sounds good.
Don't give him any ideas, Brad.
Then we got the
He'll be hitting up
poolside,
for some advertising contract. in a couple of minutes.
poolside barbecue on Friday night at the Hyatt Las Olas, right down the block here, Hyatt Centric, and then Saturday, of course, the grand tasting, which Even Keel, Brad, and Dave will be involved in again at the Las Olas Beachfront Park, A1A, and Las Olas Boulevard, where at 1111 East Las Olas Boulevard, you can soon find the new Even Keel Las Olas. It's going to be great, as well as the VLFoodWine.com. Visit Lauderdale Food and Wine Festival. Makes the perfect stocking stuffer for the food lover in your life. Go online now, get your tickets. And again, Lunchbox promo code for additional savings.
Did you get Lubie freebies to the thing in Heritage? Yeah, I mean, this is one of the essentials. The only thing you've been taxed to do here on the show is
He doesn't ask for
make
much.
sure Lubie gets in on that. And they only have really room for 50 people.
We're
but-
doing another show there next Wednesday, again to promote
Oh,
Visit
well, then you
Lauderdale.
can just ask directly.
And then you
As
can,
shameless as he is.
you'll-
Yes.
you know.
That'll be good. All right, so we're coming back with more. Another special guest coming up here. Even Keel Las Olas. It has a good ring to
I
it.
like
doesn't
the
it?
ring to it.
Yeah, and
Likewise.
congratulations, Brad and
Thank you,
Dave.
guys.
Two great people here
I'm
in the
going to
restaurant
hoist a
industry.
drink in your
you.
honor. And
Cheers, cheers.
Now we're coming back to Even
Yeah.
Keel Las Olas with
Cheers.
more in a moment.
salute. It's Mayo for Gilbert's 17th Street Grill. You know me, I love family run places with quality food at fair prices served with passion and pride. And that's why I love Gilbert's. For more than a decade, Lenore, Beth, and Richie Gilbert have been serving up the best burgers, wings, ribs, salads, and desserts. It's a fast casual spot. Everything prepared fresh to order from an immaculate open kitchen. They're at 1821 Cordova Road in Fort Lauderdale in the Cordova Shops just south of 17th Street. Open every day but Sunday. One of my favorite burgers in South Florida. Big, round, juicy pucks of 100% Angus beef, char grilled to perfection. And don't miss the sweet potato fries on the side. They're legendary. Go to Gilbert's, feast, and be happy. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. When I'm looking for some wicked good food for a wicked good lunch, there's only one place to go. That's Wicked Cheesesteaks in Fort Lauderdale. It's at 4824 North Federal Highway, just south of Commercial Boulevard and across from Holy Cross Hospital. My friend Brian there, he will hook you up with some really tasty treats. They've got cheesesteaks just like the best you can find in Philly, along with lobster rolls, because that's where he's from, Maine originally. And they have wings and pizza and everything you want to have a really good time. Wicked Cheesesteaks, they're open every day but Tuesday. Check them out online, wickedcheesesteaks.com. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. If you're looking for a great place for steaks, seafood, and more, go to Tropical Acres Steakhouse and Butcher Shop. It's at 2500 Griffin Road in Dania, just west of I-95 in the airport. They've been there a long time, since 1949. That means they're doing something right. You'll get old school hospitality from the Studiali family, along with great value, tremendous service. Of course, you could also go into the bar for happy hour every day, 4 to 6. The early bird special runs from 4:30 to 5:30, and they have great value all night long. Also, a butcher shop that's open every day from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. except Sunday. The dining room is open every day at 4:30 except Sunday. Go to Tropical Acres. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. This is Grill at Meisner Park in Boca Raton, located at 404 Plaza Real. Since 1991, delicious modern American cuisine in a stylish yet casual setting. The outdoor patio and lively bar is the place to see and be seen at Meisner. It also features a sushi bar and a dry-aged steak program. Don't miss their long-term signature dishes like radiatore pasta and bacon-wrapped meatloaf. So good. Open daily with live music Wednesday through Saturday evenings and a great weekend brunch. For reservations and more information, go to maxsgrill.com. People come to me and say, Mike, where should I go out to eat? I got guests coming from out of town. Where should we go? Cafe Seville. That's the answer. 2768 East Oakland Park Boulevard. It's a Fort Lauderdale perennial, serving the finest in Spanish and continental cuisine in a cozy, friendly, comfortable setting. Joey Esposito and Sally, his better half, they've been running the place for a long time. It's been open since the 1980s. They got great Spanish classics like paella, shrimp with garlic sauce, and all kinds of great seafood dishes. The stuffed veal chop, that's my favorite. Go to Cafe Seville. It's open every day but Sunday at 5 p.m. for dinner. Tell them that the Lunchbox Mayo and Defo sent you. Do you like burgers? Do you like wings? Do you like late night food and sports on big screen TVs and cold beer and friendly vibe and great people? Then you want to check out Shenanigans, 1300 South Federal Highway in Dania Beach. Go to Shenanigans, you get yourself all the good stuff, the fresh fish every day, the black and grilled wings, and of course the kitchens are open late. Go there, tell them that the Lunchbox Mayo and Defo sent you. And we're back on the Lunchbox live from the soon-to-be-opened Even Keel Las Olas, 1111 East Las Olas Boulevard. It's right next to, for landmark purposes, Luigi's Tuscan Grill, I think it's called.
North Side is a big key for me.
Getting
North
a
side.
lot of chatter on the various chat lines that where we're broadcasting on the Let's Eat group and, of course, South Florida Live. And, people are excited and curious. I told my ex-wife about it, and she almost leapt out of her chair because she goes up to Lauderdale by the Sea for the Tuesday oyster special regularly, and this is going to cut down on her travel time and gas time because she lives in Hollywood.
Our whole goal.
Yeah.
She can buy a couple of antiques while she's up here with your alimony money.
And I love the Tuesday oyster special because not only $2 oysters, but you get those $2 Narragansett beers.
You're pretty finicky about your oysters too, and even Keel always hits it right on the spot.
Oh, it's quality product from Northeast Waters. You know, the stuff coming from Massachusetts and Nova Scotia, Prince Edward Island. It's great
favorites,
stuff. Yeah. But the beer, I kind of go into the gutter with Brad is the guy. He loves these. You guys have like the Miller Life, which is, as you know, the champagne of beers. And
One
then
time was your
my
choice
favorite.
for me. One time was.
one time.
Used to
And
drink it on the beach.
Narragansett,
Laguna.
it has a great motto on it, which I forget now, but I used to look at the can. It
Hi
had
neighbor.
something like that. Yeah.
Say hi neighbor on them.
Yeah.
Have a Gansett.
Have a Gansett.
Yeah.
I used to drink them when I was up in college. All right. Without further ado, we've got another special guest
Yep.
here. You might recognize him, but he made his name, his bones in this town, coming up with this kind of cocktail and some really good Southwestern cuisine. And it's the one and only chef Chris Wilbur, who for a long time ran the original Canyon restaurant.
Yeah,
And
great
he
spot.
has been
Wow.
lured out of semi-retirement.
Yeah.
And
He
been,
looks too
They never-
well rested and relaxed
Yeah,
to
I'm
be
ready-
coming
ready to
out of
go back,
retirement. doesn't he?
so welcome back to the game. And
Thank you,
how you
thank you.
feeling?
I'm feeling good. I'm excited. Glad Mario, hooked up with Brad and David, and
Yep.
Mario called me one day and he was just like, "Let's do this." And,
Yeah. Did you know much about Brad and Dave or even Keel or
a little bit. Actually, my wife and I, we take our kids to that beach.
Okay.
And so
It's
yeah,
the locals
it's-
beach.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's we go all the way from Plantation. That we just love the beach, love the vibe there, and their food is great. Their menu reads really well, and and I like the fact that it's a lot of local stuff, and Mario came to me and I'm like, hell yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
First
And-
thing is we need to find a place. So
Yeah.
Now you've managed again. The original Canyon was up at the Big Bend, Sunrise, and Federal, right next to the Gateway Cinema.
Right.
And that was a nice area in terms of high traffic. But this is Las Olas. How are you feeling about being on the big boulevard with not only the locals but a lot of tourists and people from out of town come here? Is it exciting for you, prospect as a chef, to kind of wow some visitors?
yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think it's going to be, it's fun. Sunrise and Federal was very good for us for a long time. Gateway has had its own kind of history.
Mm.
So, I mean, a lot of popular movies went there, and, it's just as we kind of created our name that way.
Date nights.
Yeah, date nights,
Yeah, movie.
before the movie, right after the
Cocktail.
movie.
Yeah.
And, but yeah, Las Olas is great. And, like Dave was saying earlier, a lot of walking traffic and tourists and locals. I don't care where you live in Broward County, you go out, pretty much it's the beach or Las Olas. And it's great. Las Olas has a little bit of everything. And what Dave was also saying earlier, I think this menu is going to really go towards, more of a variety of people.
Mhm.
It's going to be affordable. It's fun, fresh, local seafood,
A lot of seafood, but you were known at Canyon for some of your other creations like the tenderloin burrito and some pasta dishes. Are you going to get to play around with maybe?
I'm going to
some
play
of that?
around a little bit. Yeah. Emphasize more on seafood, but I'm going to do a lot of fun specials.
I remember having a steak at Canyon, and I still remember how delicious it was. And of course, got turned on to the prickly pear margaritas there, which were phenomenal. How did you get that whole thing going? I mean, well conceptually, as Mike was saying, it was in an area where you stood out, but it wasn't necessarily a cluster of restaurants that people. There was a place next door that I don't even remember the name because nobody cared about any place but Canyon at the time.
Right.
How did you come up with this concept, and why was it so successful?
I worked up in Boston when I was younger. I helped open a few places called Cottonwood Cafe.
Mhm.
It was more family, a little more casual. And I kind of just, beefed it up a little bit. And, back in the early 90s, tequila started getting really popular. And I wanted to come up with a signature drink to match the food. And it was fun making it, coming up with a recipe.
Did people think you were nuts, or
Yeah, pretty much. So,
conceptually it was way out there, very avant-garde, no doubt?
yeah,
Well,
it was fun.
So this drink was created at Canyon or at Cottonwood or
No, I came up with that.
You came up with it.
Yeah.
And
My
Canyon-
recipe anyway.
Canyon
so,
opened in '94.
December of 94. Yeah,
Right. And then this was on the menu from the get-go, or
from the
were you-
get-go.
and how much experimentation and how many different recipes until you hit the magic formula?
I lost count.
I would imagine if you do it in all.
Who was the guinea pig for the tasting?
There were a lot of pigs.
Are they still with us?
Yeah, a few. Yeah. So, but it was fun.
No, I can imagine. Now, of course, you sold Canyon a couple of years back to, Mike Linder, great restaurateur in
Great
town.
guy.
Yeah.
And he moved Canyon down south to the tunnel, and it's still going strong, and they still have the prickly pear margarita. But you're doing a little reimagining of it for
Yeah, a
there?
little reimagining, and to fit our concept.
Yeah.
And Dave's got an awesome drink program up in Lauderdale by the Sea, and it's just
Yeah,
I think it's gonna fit right in.
Put our little flair on it and kind of, keep the. Hopefully, it tastes kind of what you remember.
It tastes this, and
Yeah.
this one I usually don't drink tequila because I had an incident when I was 16, as Defo well
Everyone
knows.
has.
18 with gin.
Yeah, and I couldn't
Everybody
really.
has.
This is the one tequila drink and the one margarita that my body still accepts.
Yeah.
Not just willingly, but lovingly. And it's so good, and it has that balance of. You want me to go into critic mode now here at the
Yeah, well, I'm afraid you're going to suggest something,
No, but
which would be,
well, it makes my
inappropriate at this
nipples
time, yeah.
hard. That happens every time.
That's the win. That's the win.
Yeah,
Or go
yeah.
back through the medical research that was conducted on you after you had your first tequila.
Yeah, but it's it's just that perfect balance between the a little bit sweet but not too sweet, and just got that little tart but the perfect tartness, and it just goes down so smooth. And I have many recollections of nights where I go to see a movie at the Gateway Cinema, Chris.
How many times did you see that Rocky Horror Picture Show there? A couple of hundred?
Yeah, and I was in drag only about half the time.
Well, watch out. You'll be, extricated from the state.
Oh, don't worry about that. No, and then I'd go into Canyon, and it would be invariably a Friday or Saturday night, and it would be a huge backup, huge wait. And I say, that's okay. I'll just go to the bar and just keep drinking prickly pear margaritas.
Yeah.
Which
So somebody seats me.
Yeah, exactly.
It was always a
I
first-class
don't need anything
experience
else to
there,
eat.
though. I mean, it was a classy joint in general, but kind of a casual vibe to it. You had the perfect blend of atmosphere in terms of creating a good place to, whether you're with somebody that you're familiar with or somebody that, it was a great place for first-time starters, as I found in my experience.
It was a fun place to
Yeah.
work and run, and I think Mara and I did the same kind of thing as David and Brad are doing up north. Lauderdale by the Sea. It's just hands-on. Taking care of the customers, and just.
Well, that's part of what was the, again, the dream for us. Like you go to Canyon for 25 years, you walk in there, you see Mario there. Like you're guaranteed. So for me to have him here as well too, and be able to, I know that people are going to come in here. There's so many people that go just to see him, and and then have Chris's food as well. So
it's going to be just a real pleasure to have both of you hospitality veterans back. And now, that was a cozy, smaller place. This is a little bit bigger. What, about 160? You said that seats.
We're going to open at around 122, and then we're going to grow it a little bit. So I'll get to about 150.
Yeah.
So
and
I'm ready.
You're ready.
I'm ready.
I like the confidence. It's all good. Yeah.
Him and Chris, they're like, let's go, let's get it going. I'm like, that's great for me. I'm like, me, it's probably a curse to myself sometimes. I'm like, oh, it's not perfect yet.
But you guys are really, fortunate to have such talented people. And now you've got Nico at the other restaurant, the chef. Every time we've been in the last few months when it's earlier in the day, he's been nailing everything. Like all his dishes, he's really talented in terms of execution. So you guys
couldn't cook for you today.
Oh, that's okay. I'm good with the rocket fuel and a little bit of the nectar of the gods here.
That's what we've been running on here lately. Is just espresso and tequila. That's all that's all the product we have here at the moment.
Excellent. Well, I wish you best of luck. It's going to be opening in the. You hoping to
hopefully next weekend? Yeah. So we're gonna we're just gonna, when we do it, it's just gonna happen. There'll be obviously you'll get the message, but there'll be some close friends and stuff that get the message that we're open, but we're not going to really
Right. You're not touting
Whatever
it,
day
but
we open, we're not going to tell the public the doors are just going to be open, and people walk by. They,
that's why
you know,
Lunchbox viewers, you're in on the ground floor.
Yeah.
You know, we call the Lunchbox the hidden gem of
exactly.
food podcasts.
No
but-
mayo in a chicken suit outside, directing people in like he was going to do your taxes
The lobster
too.
suit. He's gonna have a lobster suit.
Yeah,
An
I-
oyster or something, dressed as an
I'll
oyster.
do that. I'd be happy to wear a big
That
lobster
might work.
hood.
130,000 people be storming a place to see
Yeah.
that actor.
Yeah, we're not going to do that the first weekend.
No, we'll let them-
Right.
We'll let them ease.
Because he's
into it.
available. I mean, you have to go through his agent now. But
Yeah, I
he's
could just
available
be
for that.
paid in these things too. And
Yeah.
The night box
prickly
hasn't
Get
taken
him
off
pasted
yet.
on a couple of margaritas. He'll be ready to stand out in the street and just
couple
lure
of lobster
people in.
rolls, couple of these. I'm good.
Perfect.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Hey, yeah,
that's
no,
Uh,
looking forward to it. It's going to be a fantastic time,
Likewise.
and wow, what a great combination! Huh? You
Yeah.
talk about acquisitions that are made in free agency and great trades in
Yeah.
sports. These guys combining it. There's
We got the Dolphins
expertise,
good
yes.
this year.
Yeah.
The dream team at Even Keel.
yeah.
It's going to be good stuff. Hey, before we go to the next break, let me put in the good word about our friends at Delaware Chicken Farm and Seafood Market. They are coming off a big Thanksgiving week, and they are now ready for the whole holiday season. And
Now,
you
how
know-
many turkeys was your final total?
Oh,
for
I didn't. They don't divulge that information, but
No, not that they sold. That you consumed.
oh,
'Cause
that
you
I
had
consumed.
turkeys
I
from
had
5 or 6 different
I
sources.
had 3 of their turkeys because
Wow.
I had 2 different Thanksgiving feasts. Now that I have a girlfriend and an ex-wife and daughter, I was at 2 different Thanksgivings, and both of them, the tables were stocked with
in
the
several restaurants.
fresh turkey from Delaware Chicken and Seafood.
You did the
And-
cooking.
Nice.
You did any cooking?
No, I did
No.
a lot of cleaning
A lot
up.
of cleaning. Fair enough.
Did a lot of packing of leftovers is what he did.
But Jose and company, Doug Carter and his crew, they are ready to get you going for the holidays with the freshest in Florida seafood, the great stone crabs and the fish, Key West pink shrimp, all the things that you're going to need for your holiday table and entertaining, along with steaks and their house-made sausage. And don't forget the poultry selection there. That's what they're known for, whether it's the fresh turkey, duck, capons, or chicken parts, wings, breasts.
Don't forget your stone
thighs.
crabs there, Mayo.
I said stone
Oh, you
crabs.
didn't?
already.
Okay.
Yeah, I got that in at the beginning. 4191 North State Road 7 in Hollywood. They are there 7 days a week. Go online to DelawareChicken.com for the weekly specials and the daily offerings. We're going to be doing our show there already next Thursday, December 7th. We're going to be doing an early monthly show there because they're going to be swamped for the holidays. So
Where are you going to be
Just
that
tell
night?
him another round of that
That
same
night,
stuff.
We're going to go to December 7th that night.
maybe right here, even Keel.
Well, possibly. There's something else big happening. I don't know if
Let's
you're-
see. Ooh, humming.
God,
It was the anniversary of my ill-fated marriage. Oh, is that
legal.
gambling? That's right, craps. Right across the street. That's right. Delaware Chicken and Seafood is right across from both the Hard Rock Hotel complex and the classic Seminole.
Buy your food before you
Original
go
bingo.
to Hard Rock.
Yeah.
For the,
I'll
new
save a
gambling.
20 in my back
Yeah.
pocket. Craps, roulette,
Craps, yeah.
sports betting
Yeah.
coming on December 7th.
Yeah.
But again, very conveniently located, Delaware Chicken and Seafood, to all your all the degenerates out there who are going to be rolling dice on the 7th.
I thought you.
How can I forget
know,
that
like,
date?
come on.
Well, I always hear December 7th.
He's thinking Pearl
yeah.
Harbor.
Yeah,
you know,
big day.
Day of infamy. It's the day I got married. My
Yeah.
first and only marriage.
Oh, was it really?
Yeah.
You
That,
rolled the dice
yeah.
then.
Who knew that
Yeah.
marriage on December 7th
Yeah.
would not make it? But we're still good friends. We got a wonderful daughter. All right.
Why do you have to put the qualifier in there, man? No, you do have a wonderful daughter.
Yeah.
All right, we're coming back with more here.
She
We'll wrap
definitely
things up from Even Keel, Los Olas. The fish are jumping. It's summertime. It's just
Yeah.
absolutely great here.
Yeah.
And they're opening up this
local
weekend in
Hammer
all
Chicken
likelihood.
outfit.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys, for having us out. And we'll be back to wrap things up in a moment.
Cheers, guys.
Want great Italian food in a beautiful beachfront setting? Have I got the place for you? Casa Calabria at the Ocean Manor Resort, 4040 Galt Ocean Drive in Fort Lauderdale. Highly rated across all the restaurant review platforms and totally Mike Mayo's Lunchbox approved. Delicious, authentic Southern Italian food in a cozy dining room overlooking the Atlantic. Live music in the lounge, full bar, and a great wine list. Owner Frank Talrico takes great pride in his family recipes from his native Calabria. Fresh fish and seafood, veal, house-made pastas, and marinara sauces smooth as silk. You gotta try the imported meats and cheeses on the antipasta platters, and don't miss that ricotta gnocchi. Fluffy little pillows straight from heaven. Casa Calabria, open for dinner Tuesday through Sunday, closed on Mondays. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. Hey, it's Mike Mayo. When the Brooklyn boy in me wants a good bagel with Nova or some matzo ball soup, homemade knishes, or a great deli pastrami sandwich on rye, you know where I go? Grandpa's Cafe in Dania Beach. It's been around a long time, an institution, but a little over a year ago, a pair of New Yorkers came in, bought it, and refurbished the place. It's beautiful, and they are now serving great breakfast, brunch, lunch. They've got the omelets, they've got eggs Benedict, they've got all kinds of great baked goods like rugelach. Grandpa's is just off Federal Highway on Southwest 1st Street in Dania Beach. It's open 7 days. Go in there, tell them that the Lunchbox sent you. Mayo here for Delaware Chicken Farm and Seafood Market. Since 1951, family owned for over 70 years, the home of freshness. I've been a customer for over 3 decades, and it's the place to go for poultry, steaks, meats, and of course, their unbelievable selection of fish and seafood. They've got it all. Key West pink shrimp, grouper, snapper, lobster, and of course, Florida stone crab claws of all sizes. Don't forget their famous fish dip and a full selection of prepared foods. It's located at 4191 North State Road 7 in Hollywood, just across from the Seminole Classic Casino. Owner Doug Carter and crew will take great care of you. Make sure to check out their weekly specials and daily catch online at DelawareChicken.com. Quality, value, freshness, that's the Delaware way. Tell them Mike Mayo and the Lunchbox sent you. Do you like pizza? Who doesn't like pizza? Well, my spot for pizza is the Pizza Spot. It's in that little bit hard to find Riverside Park neighborhood of Fort Lauderdale, but it's totally easy to love. It's at 601 Southwest 12th Avenue, New Haven style, a pizza from Wade and Reese. It's a lovely outdoor spot. You could also pick up pies to go at 754-779-7788, 754-779-7788. Again, they're open every day but Monday for lunch and dinner. Some of the best pizza I've ever had. Go to Pizza Spot. They also have subs, salads, and more. Tell them the Gambling Gourmet sent you. If you like seafood in a comfortable setting, outdoors, Even Keel Fish Shack at the corner of A1A and Commercial Boulevard in Lauderdale by the Sea, that's my spot. It's upscale food in a down-home setting. The chef owners, Dave and Brad, do a terrific job with all the seafood classics that you want. They have the best grilled oysters in town, bang bang shrimp, lobster rolls, and deli fish specials. They also have weekend brunch Saturday and Sunday. They have deli happy hour 4 to 7, and they also have other weekly specials like mussels on Monday and oysters on Tuesday. Go to Even Keel Fish Shack and tell them that the Lunchbox sent you.
All right, we're back at Even Keel Las Olas, one of our Visit Lauderdale Food and Wine Festival showcase shows, because Brad and Dave, they are the best of Greater Fort Lauderdale, and
Good guys.
they're expanding. I mean, they're going from the beach, Lauderdale by the Sea, second location here now, the heart of Las Olas. 1111 East Las Olas Boulevard is the spot to find them when they are going to be opening in the next couple of weeks. They're saying next week, soft opening. So when you come in, walk very softly.
But you don't like this conversation, but there has to be some anxiety associated with opening up a new location, because you just don't know how it's going to go. And then, one of the things about a food critic, now you're already familiar with what they're serving here, so, it's not a brand new concept or anything, but, it can make or break a place right in the beginning. I mean, in certain cities, influential food critics, they give it the thumbs up. It's just like a great movie review or something like that. All of a sudden you're swamped.
Well, the thing,
but they're pretty cool about this. I guess, they know what they're doing and have experience in having success also.
they are confident, but not not
different
being
game, yeah.
arrogant or hubristic. How's that for a
Jesus,
fancy
man.
word?
What
They-
the hell?
they-
Can
they
you use
res-
that in another sentence? Spell it? What do you got?
Yeah, Nick Saban is often
Hubristic.
hubristic when it comes to Alabama somehow getting in a playoff, and he's usually right, because somehow, even if they get 2
Yeah.
losses, they'll somehow
Yeah,
leapfrog
magic.
Florida
Yeah,
State.
exactly.
No, these guys, they're pros, and the fact that they have done it before, Chris Wilbur and Mario have been longtime operators of a
Canyon
usually
was a
successful
really
restaurant.
unique place. I mean, on the South Florida dining
It's
landscape.
really heartening
Yes.
to see like all these, guys who think, they're going to take it easy for a while, maybe do some different things, and then they want to get back
It's like
in
your
the
man
game.
Anthony Bruno, the guy.
Bruno
does he
couldn't
need to
stay
work? No,
away.
he can't stop.
Giovanni couldn't stay away. He's going to be opening up the reimagined Valentino. And also that's next to the canyon where it relocated in South.
It could
Fort
be
Lauderdale.
you as a broadcaster in the future.
Oh,
Where
well,
you could be
maybe
on
as a
easy
sports
street,
writer.
but you just decide to continue doing this because you feel like you're doing a service for the people out there that
I don't know what I'm
subscribe to
doing.
Let's Eat South Florida.
All I know is that when I don't, when we have a lunchbox that is basically a foodless lunchbox, which is
Very
today,
rare. That's very rare.
because of the circumstances, we understand. But
It was good though because I have a
When-
weigh-in coming up at the doctor's office,
that's
and
good.
I don't want him showing me a picture of like Riddick Bowe when he took on Holyfield and saying, you guys are the same weight, but he looks a lot better than
They might show a picture of me at this point.
So
even
to
though
answer Brian, by the way, on the
Yeah.
chat, they will be open 7 days. I do like that Blanche, our friend Blanche, said, Mike, you're was it Blanche that said it? Mike, you're looking thin. And then Bonnie was like, which Mike? Because Mayo ain't.
Well,
He was
maybe
doing
it's
well.
the
What are you talking
angle.
about?
I'm positioned well.
You get a
and,
walk of life in today? Did you
I
go
did.
for it? Oh, good for
Not
you.
that much. It was only 2.8 miles
okay.
today,
That's
but
not
it's
bad.
better than
It's not
nothing.
bad.
I got up and out. I had a lot of stuff on my plate
The
today.
key is to keep your body moving. You
The
gotta keep
key
moving.
is if you're going to have liquid lunch, have a little bit of caffeine, a little bit of this beautiful
Exactly.
rocket fuel. How good is this drink? And I
Really
guess maybe
nice.
Is that actually the prickly pear? That's
Well,
it
it's
seemed like
It's a margarita, right?
It's,
Like this
it's,
isn't the prickly
it's the
pear one.
formula that's very similar. I don't
Yeah.
know if there's any copyright or
Can you do that? Can you copyright a
non-compete.
drink?
They have restaurateurs usually they have a lock on
Like a
a
respect
signature
or whatever?
item out of respect.
It was so great in the picture of that prickly pear.
And so I think
margarita.
we're going to call this the prickly keel margarita or
All right.
something like that. But
I mean, look, the food is perfectly. It's going to integrate itself with the atmosphere here in perfect symmetry, Mike Mayo. If you want to do a lead line in one of your restaurant review stories with a lot of flowery language, perfect symmetry. I would say you couldn't have a better setting for this type of food that they're going to serve here, and it's already great on the beach.
Yeah.
But I would imagine this is going to be a smash hit here on Las Olas. I'm hoping for the best for these guys for sure.
and people love raw bars and being able to get just
Yeah.
like that raw, where you get shuck the
I could have
oysters.
gone for a couple of raw oysters.
And there's not that many places along the boulevard that offers that. So this one is going to be an affordably priced option for raw oysters, especially when it's the Tuesday night special when they do it for $2 each, and not the Gulf ones, but the ones from the northern Atlantic waters, which are kind of a more premium product.
What would you say are the big entries here on Las Olas in terms of restaurants? I mean, obviously, you got some real old school stuff that's been here for a long period of time. Got some new places that are kicking it pretty well. Louis Bossi's
Yeah, we like
came
Louis
on board.
Bossi.
a few
Big
Speaking
years
of
fans.
Louis
back.
Bossi's, we're
Big
going to be
fans.
doing a show from Louis Bossi's with Louis himself
Yeah.
on, I think it's Monday,
Great guy.
the 11th of
Nice.
December. We'll be there. And we're going to be at the far edge on the west side of Las Olas, right where it meets Andrews Avenue, next Monday for another Visit Lauderdale Food and Wine Festival
beautiful.
showcase
Food
show
wine.
at TRP Taste, which is the little kind of like they do showcase dinners there where they have visiting chefs and then also some theme nights. The restaurant people, that's TRP stands for the restaurant people, our friend Tim Petrillo.
Yeah.
Well, he has that rooftop place where they hold the bar fight event. And then at the bottom of it is TRP Taste, which is their little showcase spot. We're going to be going in there Monday to talk to the restaurant people's a main chef now, Martin Verolo is his name. And we're going to be talking about some of the things they're going to be doing for the Visit Lauderdale Food and Wine Festival, because they set up at the grand tasting, they have their own little like pavilion almost. They have
that's
their own wing. They call it the TRP Taste, I think Sensation or something like that. But they have all their restaurants featured, S3 along the beach, and they have the boat yard along 17th Street.
Bimini Boatyard.
Yeah,
Is
well,
it
it used
still
to be
Bimini
Bimini.
Boatyard?
No,
Yeah.
it's now called
That
just
was always a go-to
Boatyard.
spot. Yeah.
It's now just
Oh,
called
that's cool.
Boatyard after the restaurant people took it over and did a total revamp, and it needed it at the time that
Oh,
they
yeah.
did it, and they made
That was
it
a cool
into
place.
another spectacular.
Yeah.
They really raised the game on.
So you're coming to Las Olas. Where are your go-to spots besides even Keel Las Olas, which will now be on that
Louis
list?
Bossi's I've always liked.
Yeah.
I like Bombay.
What do you think about the Brazilian steakhouse? That was one of
Chima
the
is
original
always
ones.
good.
Chima's very
Chima's
good.
down
Yeah.
at a place that used to be called Banyan's. Me and my buddy Ed, who just flew in from Nashville, used to work
Yeah.
with me at the Sentinel. Back in the day when we started at the Sentinel in '89, what is now Chima used to be a bar, a low-key kind of late-night spot called Banyan's because it has a big banyan tree in the
All right.
courtyard. But Chima's been there for a while now, and they do a great job.
Louis Bossi has a nice courtyard set up.
They
also
do. They
in
have
the back.
one of my daughter's birthday parties when she was like 12 years old with her friends was in the gazebo. They have a gazebo.
Really? I used to have mine in like a bowling alley
I
where
was
you
gonna
put the
say, I
little
love-
gutters in there.
you
You're
wonder
going-
why your
the
daughter
Louis
has high
Bosse's, oh my God.
taste.
Well, and you know what?
12 years old, like they're
I
going to
think-
know the difference.
I think we're doing the show on that Monday, the
That's
11th,
funny.
in the gazebo. I think Louis
Oh,
wants
very
us to
nice.
be
Yeah.
out back there, which
Makes
is a
sense,
gorgeous
yeah.
spot. I'm trying to think some of the other places up and down here.
Well, Mango's was a go-to spot
I
for a
used
lot
to
of
love
people.
Mango's.
You know, it was good. Frank
that's no
Calorico
longer
actually
there.
ended up
Yeah.
there.
Piazza is there, but only for a few more months.
Old
because
Florida, what is the
the Floridian
Floridian,
Diner
Floridian,
is a
yeah.
great 24-hour diner. And then
that was a Norm Kent stronghold.
I like, Tim, the restaurant people besides the
Timpano's,
TRP Taste. Timpano's reopened.
Yeah.
I haven't been in there for a full-fledged meal since it reopened, but across the street, YOLO, which is the restaurant people,
YOLO is good.
they do a nice job.
Yeah.
And the breakfast joint next to it that the restaurant people operate called Java and Jam, really
and
good.
there's a pasta place. What's it called? It's right in that same area. there.
Noodles Panini is
Yeah,
up and down
yeah. A
there.
lot of people like
That's
that
been
place.
there
You see
for
a lot
while.
of favorable comments on Let's Eat
It
South
must
Florida.
be. Is there a burger joint? I'm blanking as I'm trying to think up and down the.
It's been a while
Boulevard there
man.
now,
I mean,
but
I used
there's a
to
new-
always come here. This was my go-to restaurant spot for a long, long time.
There's a new Korean barbecue place that just opened down the block in the I think 1300 block. It's called Gen Korean Barbecue.
Oh, interesting.
GEN.
Nice.
So again, the diversity down
What
here.
do you think about Casa Sensei? What about that concept?
Have you ever
Mexican
He
Asian.
made a face. He
No,
did
it's,
the Mayo.
it's Latin
He did
Asian.
the
I actually
Mayo
gave it a
face.
positive review
Oh,
when it
Latin
first
Asian, yeah.
opened.
Oh,
it
you
has
did?
like some South American dishes and things like that, but it's popular with tourists. They have gondola rides. They do
That's
dinners
pretty cool.
at a gondola there. But if I'm going to be anywhere near
I don't need
this
the gondola
place,
ride if I'm going out to eat. You just give me some good food.
I'm going to be coming here
Yeah.
now. I mean, I got to admit, I've become very snobby and picky in my older
have.
age. I don't need to go and try every restaurant under the sun, especially when I've found my established ones that are doing a great job. And, Brad, Dave, and now Chris and Mario are going to be taking great care of everybody here at the Even Keel Las Olas. And I'm really looking forward to it. Oh, we got to do a little bit more business.
Yep.
We got to talk about our friends, the Rappaport Restaurant Group, and you talk about great waterfront
Dynamite
dining.
shop
Yep,
there at
yep,
Prezzo's
yep,
Monday.
yep.
Wow.
Prezzo, we had a great time there, and they have 2 locations. That's part of the Rappaport Group. It's in the Prezzo is Boca Raton and Palm Beach Gardens, and then you're talking about places on the water like Deck 84 in.
Yep.
Delray Beach, right on the Intracoastal there on Atlantic Avenue. It is the beautiful time of year to get out there with that. New chef is going to be retooling some things out there, but they have some great comfort classics, handhelds, tacos, burgers, sandwiches, and of course they have some sushi on the menu there at Deck 84 along with Bert and Max's, our friend Buddha,
Yeah, great man.
taking care
Great
of
spot.
everybody out west in the Delray Marketplace, West Atlantic. Rappaport's Restaurant Group, they're all open every day. They all have great deals, happy hour at the bar and the high tops that start at 11:30 when they open. It's an all-day happy hour that goes till 6:30 or so. Go online to check out all the details. They all have wine promotions during the week, different kinds of specials, and the holiday season means all kinds of good cheer. If you want to have your holiday party or any kind of other family event, just give them a call at any one of their properties. We love Bert Rappaport and his restaurants. They are Lunchbox approved. And finally, a little bit of a kind word for our friend Jack Studiali.
Yeah, I love the way you do that, man. You just go from spot to spot.
Spot to spot.
Deep
Sounds like our
Street.
Tony Bruno
Deep
Sports
Street.
Network show.
It's
where
on
we
a
play the-
continuous loop, but at least it's live.
So
we can-
free commercial
we
suite
could-
coming
we
up.
could
Yeah, on
ad
the Mayo
lib a
show.
little.
Yeah.
We could talk, but no show is complete without a mention about.
Oh, Jack's
Not for us,
he
that's
is
for
a
sure.
great. I mean, you talk about a guy that was, just fundamental to the restaurant industry here in terms of what he does and the way that they perform. I mean, for 70 plus years.
No, it's like 70
It's
years.
older than you.
It's literally they're
It's hard
like
to believe,
number what is it, double digits, and like all the restaurants in
And
all
still
of Florida.
great. Still
Their
great.
alcohol license is
Yeah.
like
Oh, it's like
Six
Number 001.
or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
It's like
it's
stupid.
It's they have been around. I don't
Henry
know.
Flagler was the only guy
it's
that
literally
had
one of the first
liquor
like 10
license.
restaurants
Yeah.
in all of Florida.
Joe Stone Crab, I think, is the oldest restaurant in Florida.
But Tropical Acres compete
But
with them. That
Tropical
shows you how
Acres
great they
is in, I think, the top 10 or 20 in terms of oldest running restaurants in the state. And there's a reason for that. They know what they're doing.
Yep.
They'll
Great
take
stuff.
great care of you, great value. Love the prime rib and the filet mignon and the seafood there. You know, if you want to get a little bit of stone crab, you wanna
Seafood's
get
good.
Scallops.
Yeah,
a really nice
you
job
would
with
say
seafood.
that you ordered wrong, but I don't think so.
Oh,
at all.
that-
Not there.
That when I
Seafood
get
is
that
excellent,
surf and turf marsala
That thing is
pasta,
amazing.
it's good. When I'm looking for a hearty, stick to your rib dish when the weather gets a little bit colder, that's something you can never go wrong
You're
with.
looking for one of those no matter what the weather is. What are you talking about?
Well, they
25
do happy hour
Yeah.
5 days a week too, which is pretty
Yeah,
cool. It's not
Monday
just a
through
Monday through
Friday in
Thursday
the bar, 4:30
I like
to
that Lubie
6:30.
knows the elements of the commercial.
Yeah,
better
no,
Well,
than
I
me.
just love that happy hour thing.
One
Like,
margarita and he's gone.
Because-
a lot of restaurants will chintz you on Friday
No.
because it's weekend. No, it's not. It's a weekday, and they treat it like that. Which I
Studiales,
appreciate.
if you got to go to work in the office earlier in the day, they're going to have a happy
Yep.
hour later in the day.
Yep.
One of the many reasons we love them. TropicalAcres.com. Go in there, 2500 Griffin Road, just west of the airport, 95 in Dania Beach, Old Fort Lauderdale. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you, and you might see me in there in the next couple of days too. And then you'll definitely be seeing me here, even Keel Las Olas.
That soft opening. How do we get
Yeah.
involved in the soft
how do
opening?
we get there?
Not,
Invited?
Take a
not just you.
drive-by.
Yeah.
Not just you.
Come down here, eat 3
Drive
dozen oysters,
by
put them out of
every
business.
day, see
Yeah.
if there's people sitting out with some oysters and say, oh, they must be open.
Must be a soft one.
Yeah, maybe they'll text me too. We'll
All right.
find out. All right, that's going to
Let's
do it.
baby.
We will see everybody tomorrow
Gulfstream
from
Park.
Gulfstream Park for the opening of the
Yes, the winter
championship
meet. Oh,
meet.
yeah,
It's
wow.
here, Defo. The 1-year
Joe
anniversary
When we
of the
started, yeah.
Lunchbox at Gulfstream. Who would have thunk it that we have a beautiful long-term relationship? Joe Beja, Dave Joseph, all the great people at Gulfstream Park. Billy Badgett, too.
Yes.
Big friend of
Your,
the
your
show.
buddy
and
knows
ours.
that you don't know how to say goodbye.
And-
You're worse than my wife leaving a club. You're
Ed
unbelievable.
Gigliotti, and
Yeah.
well, however you pronounce his name.
Ed.
Ed G. We just call him Ed G for short. All right.
All right.
We'll
yeah.
see everybody at the Gulfstream tomorrow. Have a great night and day. Enjoy every sandwich and enjoy every prickly Keel margarita.
I'm glad it's not just